Church is a church here. Speakers really loud. So bloody also also Enduski Baria Loco Sepe Socopariata and Aduski Bariata. As we gaze open to the space, there is the correcting phase of what we chosen to see. Our choice of being the things that we seem to understand, the prolific liberations that control the context code of our minds, the oval space that we use to arrange and correlate our atmosphere, and takes the conditioning of our minds into a new space. Space becomes the reasoning why we should say what we should say, and think what we should think, and have what we should have, and get what we need to get. Our understanding has to show the new correlation of the thinking atmosphere. When words begin to verbalize and correlate into the stressing space, we have to show what feelings have become that we have to grow. Now the Lord has planned to establish a new atmosphere in space. He has planned to bring about a new understanding. He has a plan to take the understanding to a place of correction, where the correction is sorted out and all things are made ready and clear. Correction to be seen. Clarity begins to increase as we continue to move in place. Right now, the atmospheric covering that's covering the earth right now, the dome over the earth, it will hold its place for the time being, and a time will come when there will be a crack in its space. A crack in its space meaning the gates will be open. The gates will be open, and the transportation of terrestrial beings into the earth will come, more than ever. Right now, they have to come through the gates that lead to underneath the earth. They have to come into the world through the gates that underneath the earth now. But there's going to be a time where there's going to be a crack in the atmosphere, the dome that is over the earth. The gates that hold it in its place, it will be opened, and then lots of other creatures will transport into the earth. Beginning from 2027, this will begin to take place. And before this time comes, the church has supposed to establish a functional system that has a body of people that are prepared to wage the war against these guys. You see, military efforts will not help at this time. All the weapons of mass destruction that the Earth's governments own will not be able to survive this war. It's more of a esoteric war, because they will try to fight with physical instrument creatures that are far advanced in spiritual demonstration to control the physical and the spiritual realms. And the only people who will be left to save the day are the ones who have been trained for the illustrations of wars to come. You see, this war happening in Israel right now is just the beginning of the wars to come. Most of the nations of the world are joining into a singular war And that would be the Third World War. And this Third World War would climax by the introduction of extraterrestrial beings who come to take over the seats of the government of the nations. And they will hypnotize the leaders into their plan. They won't come to fight per se, but they will come to make peace in the wars that are going on, only to take over governmental institutions. These are the ones who set the Antichrist in place. There will be other nations that will disagree with them, but they will come with an agenda to take over the world and have the unity of this. You see, there are people in the world today who know this plan and are creating the space. This is the reason for all the killings you see all around the world. They are creating the atmosphere for the Antichrist to come in, because it's supposed to come in when there's a whole lot of war and chaos. So more countries be joining the wars. They will begin to aggravate themselves. They will begin to put themselves down. They will begin to take over their territories, and because of the whole start taking over of territories, the more resistance and more nations will begin to fight themselves. Lots of land to be left desolate. Places that used to flourish will be empty. In this emptying, there's going to be the corresponding demonstration of a factual decoration take place of the space. So whatever you do, you have to make arrangements for the things to be in place. Conditioning of the systems have reached the climax place where they are ready to come together as one fighting force. Time ends, but it lasts, and it's this war that is going to the new release from the, you see, without the need for the power, there will not be peace. God is going to release power that is going to cause us to be superhuman, because it's only through that superhuman ability that we will be able to fight against the world. Is only through superhuman, through the transformation of human mind, the human mind, or we will fight this world. We must open the keys, the doors. You see, I've been studying the keys, studying the mysteries to open the doors to the transformation of the body. The transformation of the body. There are several things that have been happening to me in my body. For instance, several years ago, I met a guy who I've been seeing for some time, but he was a spiritual individual, and he showed me certain holes in his hand, and these holes that were in his hands, he said they were keys. And shortly after, I didn't see him again. Like 6 months later, some holes began to develop in my hands, on my palms. Just like that. I didn't, I just felt like it was, something was like a swelling there. And then all of a sudden, when I just peel off the skin, I would see a little hole. And these holes have been in my hands for some time now. And when I discovered the use of the book, you see, this particular guy told me he could talk to animals and he could, relate. He had activated his sixth sense. He had gotten to a level of consciousness that was beyond the normal humankind. and he could see spirit, he could see angels. He knew how to navigate through the spiritual. So he used music to travel in the realm of the spirit, to fly, and he understood certain mysteries. And when he brought it to my awareness, I didn't know something like that was going to start happening to me. This has happened over like 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. I've been developing the connections of the keys. Physical things will happen to your body. Sometimes you could just get a rash on your forehead or something like that. But it's your conscious awareness that is changing. Your body is changing. When the consciousness climbs, you see, the body reacts in a certain way. And as you climb in the consciousness, as you listen to these messages, there is a transfer of infusion. Most times when I blow and speak, I'm transferring the infusions. And when these infusions get into you, they open you up to receive the consciousness base. Now when the transportation occurs by your continuous fellowship with the Holy Spirit, because the infusions have already been poured into you, you find certain strange things beginning to happen to you. Strange things. At some point I was in a car crash and I broken my jaw. And they told me I needed surgery, but I told me I needed surgery, and I think like 2 nights later I just left the hospital. And the doctor didn't know that I left. So I just went to my uncle's house and stayed there. And so I told myself I was not going to do any surgery because my jaw had, was out of place. My face was swollen. On one side was swollen, very, big inflammation on my face. And it looked like I had 2 faces. One looked like a younger version of me, the other one looked like an older version of me. And I was like that for like 3 months or so now. But while I was there in my uncle's house, he would just get hot water and then just get massage place because the army, so they had accidents like that. He was just massaging. I was taking these painkillers. While I was taking those painkillers, even one of my tooth, the last tooth down there, got out of place, and it was just the little root that was inside. It was really shaking, and he said I had to go pull it out and stuff like that. But I said I'm going to go to the hospital. I want to heal myself. So I stayed there for 3 months. The pain kept subsiding. The swell came down. When it came, my face was disfigured because the jaw had come out of place. When the swelling came down, you could see that the bone was shifting. Then I looked funny. One face was good, now the jaw is this way. But I still didn't go to the hospital. I stayed there and I kept on speaking to my face, and I was speaking to my face, and I kept speaking to my face, and miraculously the jaw went back to its place. But the tooth was there. And it was, really shaking. Then the Holy Spirit told me something. He said, by the time that truth comes out, it will be time for you to pronounce the ministry that I've given you. He said it will be time to pronounce it. And before that truth came out, it took like 4 years. But lo and behold, on this fateful day, it came out. And it's old. It's just I was doing up in the church. Not I just felt something just pop out. Didn't try to do hospital or anything. He came out on his own. That day I got the finances to do the song that I was supposed to use to, announce the ministry. That day, miraculously, it just happened. So what am I saying? There are strange things that will happen to you, and those things might have an effect on your body, but they are actual processes like time machinery that has been put in place. Strange things, strange things, strange things. So expect strange things. When you see strange things happening in your body, don't think you're sick. It might your body will begin to change. But the fullness of it is going to happen when the gathering has been established and the people who are supposed to be in the clan begin to carry out the processes of their work as a team. And the time is short, you see. The time is short, right? There's a timeline for all these things to happen. So, and there are a lot of activities that need to be, a lot of things that need to be thought. You see, the process of the joining in into the place requires a period of training, a period where the individuals involved have to be taken to a particular, secluded place to be given the transfer of the complete work infusions, so that they can have the programming to carry out the full functions of the work, because the work comes from the organization of the programming in its place. The place represents the base where it appears, where it takes its orientation from, where it is given its strength from, where its power comes out from, right? It comes from this shaped place and begins to conjure the rhythms of its flowing into the atmosphere, and it can only happen when the final fabrication of the plan comes to the institutionalism of the orientation base, which is the joining together of the gathering that will bring about the establishment of the work. So time in processing has been given the climaxing days, the illusion of time. You see, has been given a particular joining place that it is going to stop its motion. The activities continue, but the motion of the consciousness of the way that we think about time now changes. Why? The darkening of the sun and the moon changes everything. Once the bottomless pit is removed, the veil is taken away, and the smoke of the darkness comes out and covers the atmosphere. It covers the sun and the moon, and its light can no longer penetrate into the earth's habitations. That strong presence that comes from that place, the dome that holds the earth in place, trying to displace the system that God has set. You see, God has covered us with a glorious cloud. If you look outside, you see white clouds, beautiful blue, rainbows. The sky is so beautiful, right? But the devil, when he's released, when he's hurled into the earth, he is released with his cloud. So his cloud comes to take over the space, to dominate the atmosphere. It now takes over the dome that was put there. So there will be no more light in the earth. And now the only way the earth can be lit up is by the glory coming from the sons of righteousness, the sons of God, the sons of man that have been born into the glory. That will be the only thing to light up the atmosphere. Because once the sun can no longer penetrate into the earth's habitations, its way begins to die out because its course in time front. The angels who are creating the sun will no longer have any need to make the sun anymore. You see, the angels who are creating that globe and sending it through its journey day by day when the cloud God created and made the dome over the earth has been covered by the cloud of darkness. There will be no need for them to continue their jobs with their work will cease. And so that sun will die out and the moon will no longer have nothing to reflect light with. And this is going to cause a state of darkness in the earth. So light can only come from inside the glory kind. And the glory kind has to be prepared for the timing of the joining to set in so that he can showcase his glory and light up the earth, light up space, light up the dimension of time that he will be in, the place where he will put sail in the deserted place that he will turn into an oasis. Transport this organization into the instrumentations of the fabrication of its medical infusion to take over the base of the state of the place. He is giving a new glory to demonstrate power over space. The space of deep darkness. He's giving glory to demonstrate power over that space. And when he has demonstrated the power, he will activate Jesus in heaven. Why? Oh, Saint Maria. Because his church would have been protected. They would become like him. They would have done what he did to him next. Because after Jesus took those people and escaped from heaven, the devil swore that he's going to turn this world into hell. So that's fighting to burn it up. Burn it. Stacking all the things. And the only way you can do that is to block out the natural light. Because he knows once the light has been taken away, the life force in the earth will slowly begin to die. The plants will slowly begin to die. Everything will become dry, cold and dry. And then they can die. God has ordained and orchestrated a counter. And this plan is the glory plan. This plan is the glory system. This plan is a glory fireback institution. A gathering of the eye of the end. Prophesy for time is going to come. This planning system that take over the place, take over the space, take over the thinkings, take over the demonstrations, take over the associations, and turn everything into the climax of the days. All things are ready. They're ready for the distribution, ready for the conversation, ready for the confrontation, ready for the actualization, ready for ready, Sandy, scholars, no Steve, ready for the Monday, songs, ready for Steve, Monday, songs. Ready. 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 Then play back now. Yes. There's a plan. Declare my people to travel. Declare back for them to do what they need to do. Declare back. I've taken away all the blockades from the day. And now you shall see the manifestations of the springs that are brought into you. Take over these spaces. Take over the systems. Take over the atmosphere. Take over the atmosphere. Take over the Thank you.